Hey guys, what's up? Natalie Newhart here, and I'm just getting done with training, and I thought I would do a little vlog about clean eating versus macros versus meal plan. I know there's a lot of different videos out there, and I'm probably going to be saying a lot of the same stuff, but I'm also going to be giving you my own perspective on the whole matter, because I do think that there's sort of a time for all of them, really. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first of all, clean eating. You know, that's kind of somebody that's just going to say that they eat clean or they eat paleo, that sort of lifestyle. And first of all, I think it's kind of ridiculous to just say that you eat clean, because really, what is that? It's not like your body actually has like some type of signal that says, you know, oh, this is clean, so I'm going to digest it, or this is not clean, so I'm going to store it as fat. It doesn't work like that. What matters is your actual calories. So clean eating doesn't necessarily help you in a way to lose weight unless you're actually tracking the calories. So typically, paleo people or people who eat clean, they believe that, well, as long as I do eat clean foods, I'm going to get the results I want. But that's not the case. You can definitely, and I have done it myself, right? Especially with like nuts and peanut butter, dangerous stuff. You can easily overdo, gain lots of weight by eating clean foods. So I wouldn't ever suggest just eating clean without, especially if the purpose is to actually lose weight or, maintain a certain body composition. Because you have to track your protein, carb, and fat. So in order to get the results that you want, so that needs to be in control. Now, on the other side, so you also have your if it fits your macro people. So typically, or at least the perspective on that, or what people think it is that you can just eat whatever you want as long as you hit your macros. Now, although that could be true, the thing is, because there are people who, go ahead and they have donuts or they have Pop-Tarts, and that's fine, but the thing is, you're never going to hit your actual macros of protein, carb, and fat, and don't forget your fiber, and still eat junk food like that. So, I do like the macro plan, as long, and I think it does work, as long as you're making sure that you're hitting your fiber intake, because you can easily kind of eat, you can easily eat junk food and not hit obviously your protein, carb, and fat and fiber macros. So in order to hit your macros, you're just naturally gonna have to eat whole foods that are high in fiber and are nutritious. So, your sort of basic bro diet. So chicken, I guess beef, your vegetables, your oils for fat. So making sure that you actually have all of those, especially in each meal, and you're going to look a lot better as far as hitting your macros. And the reason why I like a macro approach is because I believe it develops a really healthy relationship with food, because with a meal plan style, which I'll get into next, it doesn't really do so. So with the macro plan, let's say you are craving a cookie or you are craving ice cream. Well, the nice thing is that you can adjust what you eat that day so that you can have that treat. And the key thing is here that you don't feel bad about it. I think that's a big problem with, the clean eaters and the meal plan, is that it can really put you in like a psychological frenzy if you eat something that's not clean or on the plan, and then you feel really down about yourself, and it becomes a cycle where, you feel down, so then you're just gonna binge, and then you're gonna start over, and it just isn't really a healthy relationship with food. So I do particularly believe that macros are the way to go as a lifestyle approach. And then you have your meal plan people. And I think a meal plan is good for certain situations. So I think for beginners, like for somebody who's new to dieting and just needs some guidance and they don't really like tracking your macros is overwhelming, then a meal plan kind of gives them a little bit of like structure and it's simple for them to follow. So I think it's good in that situation. I personally like the meal plan for prepping for a show. I like the efficiency of it, just knowing what I'm eating every single day, and I can, it's not like I have to count my protein, carb, and fat every single day, and because it's varied up. So that's the reason why I like meal plans. So I think it's good for like when you're prepping for a show, and not for everybody. But for me, it's like if I were doing the macro plan while prepping for a show, let's say, I feel like I would be more likely to have a cookie more often and just make the adjustments to my macros so that I could have that. And I don't really like that. I'd rather just stay, strict with like whole foods. They do make me feel better. They make me feel fuller. And so just for prepping for a show purposes, I'd rather just stick to a meal plan. Okay. Now, I don't think it's maintainable. Not at all. I can't just live off, egg whites, broccoli, chicken, for the rest of my life. I can't do this, forever. So it's I see it as a very temporary thing to get results. And once my show is over, then I will switch into a macro approach where I have way more flexibility with what I eat. So that's my thoughts on that. I do, a lot of people actually like meal plans just because of the efficiency of it, like I was saying. However, if my clients, a lot of my clients prefer meal plans in the beginning, but I personally will try to guide them to a macro approach so that they have the skills to track their macros and, make sure that they develop a healthy relationship with food for the rest of their life. So just because I think that is one thing that is really huge with, either eating clean or following a meal plan is you feel so restricted to what you can eat. And so when you when you have that craving of having a cookie and you actually eat it and it's not on the plan, you feel so bad about it. You feel so guilty about it. And it just becomes it's just not healthy. And then what typically happens is people, you get a lot of instances where people binge because they restrict themselves so much to this set of foods. And when it is a time for them to have like a cheat meal or a free meal, then they just blow it out of proportion and overeat. And I don't think like that is not healthy either. And I went through that right after my show, but that's for like because of different reasons. But that is not healthy because then you go through that binge starvation cycle where you restrict yourself to those foods, and then the second you get a chance to have a free meal or a cheat meal, you go all out, and then you feel guilty about it, so then you starve yourself for a day, and then you want to binge again. So that cycle is not cool. So it's just a matter of finding a balance and making sure that it's in line with your goals and your schedule and stuff. So yeah, those are my 3 things about clean eating, macros, and meal plan. Just overall, I think it's just really important that you find a healthy relationship with food. And I think the most healthiest way is by tracking your macros. And you can just use MyFitnessPal or there's some other ones out there, I think my Fitbit or something like that, to track your macros. It's pretty simple once you get in the hang of it. And from there you can just adjust your macros as needed to get the results you want. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to learn more tips, tricks, I got a newsletter that I send out every week, and my goal is to just totally like entertain, educate, and empower you guys with awesome stuff, not to sell you guys on things. I just want to bring value to you. Yeah, I want to help you guys, and you know, I want to get to know you guys on a personal level and hopefully make a difference. So you can subscribe to my newsletter on my website at natalienewhart.com, and that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.